What is up, everybody? You're live at the Prodigies. Another great Saturday night. We haven't done this in a long time. UFC 285. Me and BX Connect live about to get ready and cover, from what I understand, a very spectacular event. I haven't had a chance to watch the highlights, but anytime John Jones is returning, it's an exciting night. We also got WWE news, AEW news, some good news finally from once, and some sad, unfortunate news for a performer. Hopefully he gets well, but we'll get into all of that in just a second. But before we get started, before I bring the very esteemed co-host PX Connect, y'all know how you always got the hottest, greatest UFC MMA news. As always, we're going to bring him in just a second, but we must give a special shout out to a sponsor. Yes, somebody actually wants to sponsor me, as controversial as I am, and that is Poggers. Poggers Energy Drink and Sleeping Aid. Go check out that site. If you just type in Poggers drinks, and of course I'll put the code up in a minute. You could type in mine, which is Poggers Prodigy. You get 10% off, or Prodigy Poggers. Which one did I put it as? This one or the other? Let me actually tell you right now. Mine is actually Prodigy Poggers. That's the word Prodigy, Poggers. Use that code, get 10% off. Try something you like. A lot of people like the energy drinks over the powder, which I can kind of see that because you have to balance it with water. So I would say the energy drink. Get yourself some sleep, get yourself some energy. That's the keys to being successful in life. You have to sleep. You can't be successful without sleep. Once again, go check out that Poggers energy drink, but specifically use my code to get 10% off. That's Prodigy Poggers. It's spelled like Prodigy, Prodigy. Poggers. Go check that out. And thank you as always. They follow. They sent me some content. Next time I come in, I'll have some t-shirts, and I'll have the shaker and all that type of stuff. But this deal went down in the last 16 hours. So I wasn't really prepared to have any stuff on here, but they were happy to bring me on the team. Marissa says, hi, what's up, Marissa? Our great friend, soon to be pro wrestler, a good friend of mine. So yeah, we're going to check that out. Without further ado, let's bring the man of the hour in to talk about this. I'll cover the wrestling news later in the show, but we're going to start this off with some great content here. Without further ado, BX Connect, man, let us know what's causing all this and what's the hoopla. John Jones, hate him or love him, very polarizing figure. He lit up Vegas tonight with that fight. I believe the fight was in Vegas. So, yeah, what's causing all this, son?
What's happening, man? Yeah, just a few, like about 30 minutes or so, 30, 40 minutes ago, UFC 285 ended. A night of crazy fights, man. Some of these fights were good. Some of these fights, well, actually, yeah, there wasn't really a boring fight to say. All the fights were pretty good, really competitive fights. Yeah, man, John Jones did the damn thing. After a nearly 3 year layoff, so 2.5, 3 year layoff, this man came back as a heavyweight. And, people came out and people seen the pictures, when he took with the fight kits and all this stuff and said, oh, look at him, look at him. He just looks bloated. He's not going to do nothing much. And, people are going to hate and criticize, whatever. Fight Cyril Gane for the undisputed heavyweight title since Francis Ngannou left the organization. Went out there against this guy, the number one heavyweight. They consider, I guess. Wow. I don't know if it's a gift or a curse to be as good as John Jones is. John Jones walked in there, met Cyril Gane face to face, threw a couple strikes, got his wrestling in, managed to get a takedown. Cyril managed to get back up, and still he managed to take Cyril down again. Pin him against the cage. Cyril kind of was snuck up, like crouched up against the cage. John manages to grab the neck, adjust to get the neck properly, and submit Cyril Gane all under 3 minutes of the first round. John Jones is your new heavyweight champion. He calls out Stipe Miocic now because it seems now in the streets Stipe Miocic is going to be next in line for heavyweight title shot. Dog, I don't know what else to say. Like that shit is just amazing, man. What's up, Marissa? It's just amazing. Jon Jones is without a doubt the GOAT. Like, yo, I don't know what to say. John's like the best fighter to ever grace us because you don't know if he beats you with striking, he beats you with submissions, he goes to a decision. To literally leave the sport for this long, bulk up to another division, and then just beat this guy as easy as he did. Wow. Also on the card, we had Valentina Shevchenko with another what was going to be her eighth title defense against Mexico's Alexa Grasso. Fight was pretty good too. Val was out there with the striking, showing off her kickboxing skills, her well-roundedness. Alexa Grasso showing her boxing, her speed, her footwork. Tagged up Valentina quite a bit. Even had Valentina pretty shook. Val managed to start getting takedowns a bit, but it didn't hinder Grasso. Grasso continued, even though getting taken down. She managed to fight back up to her feet on one of those takedowns, but for the most part, it was a lot of control from Valentina. But Grasso, every time the fight took on the feet, even though Val was throwing some nice shots and some nice kicks, Grasso kept putting the pressure, not throwing kicks, but throwing a lot of punches. And her boxing is pretty damn tight. And she was getting the best of Val. Eventually, we went into the fourth round where Grasso was kind of behind in the fight. And the fight continues on the feet. Val throws a spinning back kick again. But, man, Alexa managed to grab the back. And boy, oh boy, did not let go, not let up. Snatched that back up. Locked in that choke, man. The choke wasn't even under the neck. It was on the chin, but it was just so damn tight. It literally covered like her mouth and face. And man, Valentina looked off. She was a bit off, but I think it wasn't even more so of her being off. I think it was just the pressure of Grasso, man. Everybody say Val look off. Val's been out here for quite a bit, and the competition is catching up to Val. That's what I think it is. Because Val's managed to beat so many people. And look what happened to Tyler Santos. She fought Tyler Santos, and Tyler Santos, that was a close fight. And that was because, Santos used the grappling. And it was, oh shit. I gotta get better, man. Yeah. With Grasso came out and never let up. Even with Val getting the takedowns and all that, Grasso was there, and Grasso said, yo, I'm going to keep getting in your face. And those 1-2s that Grasso threw, my fucking God. You want to talk about beauty in boxing, man. Now, we know professional boxers throw some good shit. It's trained up, but to see those fundamentals in MMA, man. So I give big props. And now Grasso is the third Mexican-born fighter to become a UFC champion. The first Mexican female UFC champion. Amazing stuff. Also on the card, who was it? Jeff Neal fought Shavkat Rakhmonov. And that fight was really weird because Jeff Neal missed weight. He missed weight, so, he missed weight by 4 pounds. I had a thought, and many people thought that he might be injured. They talked about it during the broadcast, and they said, they asked one of his teammates. The teammate said, nah, he was good. But he kind of, Shavkat's a tough dude, but Jeff Neal fought his fight, man. And whatever Shavkat was trying to throw at Neal was throwing it right back. And it got really rocky in the second round, man, because Neal caught him with a really sick 1-2. That sent Shavkat wondering, like, what the hell is going on here? But then later in the fight, in the third round, Shavkat hits Neil with a nasty like left. I think it was the right hand. He caught him with I think it was the right hand. Yeah, hit him, boom, and Neil was stumbling like, "Yo, what the fuck is this?" Gets beat up some more. Gets wrestled up against the cage, and then Shavkat manages to catch him. With a choke, a standing rear naked choke. Like literally, Shavkat, pretty much what I want to say is that Shavkat big brothered Jeff Neal into that choke. So it was just like, wow. But yeah, man. Yeah, Henry. Fight was good though. Grasso's win was pretty impressive. Shavkat's was pretty dope. What else? We had Matheus Gamrot and Jalen Turner fight, and that fight was pretty straightforward. Matheus came in at short notice, fought the dangerous Jalen Turner, and Jalen Turner did look good on the feet, but it was Gamrot's wrestling that kind of won him that fight. There was a lot of wrestling, man, a lot of wrestling from Gamrot. Gamrot did throw a couple good strikes in the mix though. Jalen Turner did defend a takedown or two. I felt like he had the better striking, but because Matheus Gamrot landed a couple really good shots and he also got those takedowns, he won that by split decision. Bo Nickel, man. Bo Nickel, the freaking superior wrestler. Oh, shit. That was like a hiccup or a sneeze. Bo Nickel came out making his debut, fighting Jamie Pickett, who was 13-9, man. Bo Nickel only had, this was like his fourth fight, his fourth ever MMA fight, and as a pro. Man, that shit was just so one-sided, it was sad. In under 3 minutes, he submitted Jamie Pickett. At least Jamie Pickett gets main card money, so that's pretty good for him. Cody Garbrandt fought Trevin Jones. Probably the most well-rounded fight that Cody Garbrandt fought in his career. Unanimous decision. It wasn't electrifying, but it was really good to see his whole skill set show up finally. Dricus du Plessis beat Derek Brunson. This fight was weird because it went one way where Derek Brunson won the first round, but then the second round came and he started getting pieced up, and Dricus looked tired, but Dricus managed to outland Brunson and land the heavier shots. Eventually, Brunson was getting really fatigued because of the damage. Dricus managed to get a takedown, beat him up to the point where the Brunson's corner threw in the towel. So it looks like Derek Brunson is going to call it a career after this fight. He's 39, really close to 40, he's had a good career, really solid career, man. Just wish you could have seen him win a title or be in a title fight at least. But good career nonetheless. Amanda Ribas defeated Viviane Araujo. That was a good back and forth fight. Ribas really showed good control on the ground. Rocked Araujo a couple times. Good fight. Marc-Andre Barrios beat Julian Marquez. TKO in the second round. That was pretty much this boy. Marquez was landing some really big shots on Andre. Andre kicked it up another gear. Defended pretty well. You see Brunson going to Bellator? You know what? He could if he wanted to. But, if he wants to call it a career, I don't mind him calling it a career either. He could go to Bellator and try to get, whatever he can. It would be a little shaky depending on who he has to fight. He would beat a couple guys. I don't know about him getting a title shot, but, try your luck. See what happens. Maybe he could go and try his luck at PFL. You got $1 million out there. See if you got a middleweight tournament, you could jump in. See what happens there. But, As long as he's not going into bare knuckle, I'm good. But yeah, Andre come out in that fight against Andre Marquez. Andre came back out the second round, living up to his nickname Power Bar. Freaking just turned up the pace on Marquez and beat Marquez. Oh my God. He beat Marquez up against the cage so damn bad, man. Like, there was over 40 unnecessary shots that man Marquez took. And the ref just watched him take all that damage. Like, as if Marquez slept with the ref's wife or some shit like that. Like, you would have thought that, but it is what it is. Ian Gary got a third round? Yeah, third round finish against Kenan Song. Good back and forth action. Ian Gary almost got finished in the first round, but he managed to recover, turn up the pace in the second round, then turn it up even more. He got the finish in the third. Good showing by him. Cameron Simon defeated Mano Martinez by majority decision. That was a good fight. It was also weird because Simon kicked this dude twice in the nuts, ended up with a point deduction, then had a nasty eye poke somewhere in like the second or third round, I think it was. I think it was the second round. Got the eye poke. Oh my God. It was like, bro, this is your second UFC fight. You had a point deducted in your official debut, and now this. Come on, son. That's just crazy. Tabitha Ricci with a nasty win against Jessica Panay. Pretty much that was kind of back and forth. Good takedowns by Tabitha Ricci. Pena tried to attack with submissions, didn't quite work. The second round came. Tabitha got a nasty judo throw. Oh my God, that thing was beautiful. Tabitha Ricci is also beautiful too. Like, Jesus. That girl got body, Lord. And she ended up with a nasty armbar in the second round. Farid Basharat beat Damon Blackshear by unanimous decision. That was a good fight. Still some questions about Basharat, about Farid compared to his brother. It was Farid's debut, UFC debut, but it was you know what I mean? But again, he was really tested. I'll say that. It's not because he looked bad. It's just that the guy had a lot more experience than he did. And you know what I mean? Homeboy was doing his thing for sure, but it was a good fight. And Loic Radzhabov made his UFC debut against Esteban Ribovics. Good back and forth fight. Radzhabov, coming from the PFL, came in on real short notice and fought the debuting Esteban Ribovics. Esteban Ribovics, debut. Because Esteban fought for the Contender Series, if I remember correctly. Loic just came in, and Loic got his shit done, man. Loic won. Good back and forth action. But fire fight, though. Fire fight. But that was it, man. So we got a John Jones, the new heavyweight champ. Alexa Grasso defeating the flyweight queen to become the new flyweight champion. Boy, the UFC is looking crazy right now, man. God damn, man. God damn. That's it.
Yeah, it sounds like a bunch of exciting stuff. Like, as I said earlier, John Jones is a very polarizing person. Either you like him or hate him. It's no gray area with John Jones. And I get it. A lot of that he put on himself. He doesn't make the wisest outside of the octagon decisions, which is bad for your brand. However, you cannot deny that this man might be the greatest UFC fighter. To jump a weight class like that, he was clearly prepared to fight Ngannou. Well, we know where that went. We covered that last month. Foolish decision by the UFC to just willingly not want to pay him and let him go. He was clearly going to fight Brock Lesnar. We know he has some issues with USADA and drug testing and doping. He's been through the ringer. But it's nice. I like to see comebacks like this. I'm very impressed by comebacks. People are going to say what they want to say. Oh, well, Gaines didn't fight that well. He had the same opportunity, same 24 hours John Jones did. This man busted his ass for 3 years to get into peak shape, jump up a division. He caught him with a good chin lock. He locked it in really good. So, I mean, what can you say? I mean, people going to see what they want to see. I'm thoroughly impressed from what I've seen from John Jones, and I hope he stay healthy. He can keep his head turned on right, and he have a hell of a next run with UFC. That's all. That's pretty much how I'm going to wrap this up as far as what I thought of this. A big fan of Valentina Shevchenko. other people on the card that you mentioned. I've seen. I know quite a few of these people on this card. Actually, the bigger fighters, I actually know quite well. I know Derek Brunson. He's done some pretty impressive things. Yeah. Point is, hopefully they get a good buyout out of this. A good card. Oh, all right.
that's
Hopefully they
me.
get a good card. Oh, that's you. Okay.
Okay,
I'm looking.
okay,
What's
I'm
that?
good now.
Okay. So yeah, I'm very impressed by this. Anything? Any big fights coming up or fight nights that you want to mention quick before we move on to wrestling news?
If anything, let's see. Hold on a second. I got you real quick. What the hell? Hold on. What is it?
I agree with
Okay, hold on.
100%, Henry. I agree 100%. John was smart for training for 2 years to get used to his new way. Exactly.
Yeah.
Because going into that unprepared could have been very damaging. And then everybody expected him to fall flat on his face. So he came into this fight with the perfect approach. 2 years, that's what a professional does. They're prepared. 2 years, especially you jumping up from a significant weight jump like that could be devastating. So I'm glad he was able to look good.
That's what it was. He was sitting out. He teased the move to heavyweight because he's always teased it before.
Yep.
But because of his issues with USADA, it didn't happen. He wanted to tease up against Brock, but USADA shit happened.
Yeah.
All that stuff. So while he was out, he was just big and he was just like, yo, what if I get the fight? They teased the fight, but the money was the issue. John had a problem with the money. Francis had a problem with the money. They wanted to make money easily, and then it led to Francis winning. But it ended up being the situation. They didn't want to pay Francis after Francis beat Gane.
Yep.
Francis sat out. Francis had the knee injury still going on, so he wanted to be 100%.
Yeah.
They played games. The organization Endeavor, they were gonna pay him, but Dana was issuing no. We're not gonna do it. And that was the problem.
Yeah, absolutely foolish. We mentioned it was absolutely foolish.
His tape foot.
Yeah.
Oh, the tape foot situation. It seems that because he had the injured toe, he had the previous toe injury.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted to keep his foot safe. He wanted to keep his toes safe. Because a few years back, he had that nasty toe injury with Chael Sonnen, where his whole toe literally broke in half.
Oh my God!
And the bone was exposed. Had the ref seen that, Chael Sonnen would have actually managed to beat John Jones and get the light heavyweight title at one point, which would have been a crazy ass situation there. But yeah. So he had some tape on his toes, his two front toes on his left leg. His left foot, I should say. Yeah, he had his two front toes were taped. His two toes were taped, and then he had extra tape. But they clipped the tape off, and then they separated the tape on the toes. Yeah, it was weird shit, but he looked pretty good. A little slow, you know what I mean, because it was his first time in the cage as a heavyweight. But
that was to be expected.
So it was the broken toe from before, not Henry.
Yeah, but that's cool, man. I appreciate the question, not Henry. I almost forgot you was a follower. You must be mostly a UFC person, but I definitely remember.
It's just so fucking crazy though, man. Like Cyril, you don't understand how many weeks, even during this week going into the fight, people were saying, look at John. John looked bloated. John look out of shape. He's not gonna handle Gane. And then you just see this fight and you see how easy it was for this man to get the takedown. How easy it was to control him. How easy it was to get the submission. And Gane just sat there after the loss. Like, John got up to celebrate and Gane's just sitting there staring at him like, yo, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
What just happened? Like, he's looking at John and John is there looking at the crowd and he's just there like, that's gonna burn Cyril forever.
Yeah.
And I said it before when he fought Francis. After he fought Francis, I said it. He gotta go and find another gym because he's not learning wrestling in that gym. Right. And just to see this shit happen again. Exactly, now Henry. And I said it on the tweet. Effortless. Barely any type of defense. Like, barely. He tried to get the defense against the cage, and still John got the takedown. You can't be claimed as the number one heavyweight. You lose a fight against Francis, and then you still come back with the same holes. Bro, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. If I'm Cyril Gane, I'm telling my team, yo, look, we got to work with another gym. I got to learn wrestling defense. I got to learn all the aspects of wrestling.
Yeah.
Because he's in France. The French dudes don't really wrestle.
Right.
So what are you going to do? He's been kickboxing his whole life. Francis Ngannou used to be his training partner. Francis had to learn that.
Right.
Had to learn that you can't just strike all the damn time.
Right.
Yeah, so it's the same thing.
Yeah.
You got to learn that.
I'm sure Jason was pretty hurt about this fight. I'm positive he was. Because he was talking that shit yesterday before we went over.
Hey. You talk about C-Real, yeah, Surreal. Surreal Gane, yeah. He thought Gane was going to win. I said, no, John, man.
Yeah.
We said that shit. John was going to take it, and John took it. But, man, fights were good, though. But as far as the next couple of fights that are coming around we got – it was crazy because in 2 weeks, we get another blockbuster, man.
Damn.
Yeah. In the O2 Arena, man.
In London, yeah.
Yeah. In the O2 Arena in England.
Yeah.
The rematch. Actually, not even the rematch. The trilogy. Leon Edwards versus Kamaru Usman 3, man.
Shit, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, Jason, you get what you want with that at least.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
And that card's going to be fire, man. Because you got Leon Edwards fighting Kamaru Usman for the trilogy bout. Justin Gaethje fights Rafael Fiziev, which is a nasty, nasty fight in itself. Like, bro, whoever comes out of this fight ain't going to be the same. Marvin Vettori fights Roman Dolidze. That's a nasty fight. Joanne Wood fights Luana Carolina. And Gunnar Nelson shows up to fight Brian Barberina. There's a couple good fights on the prelims as well. I won't get crazy into those until the time comes, but yeah. There's some good matchups on that card, man. But in between that, we got Peter Yan versus Merab Dvalishvili. That happens next Saturday. Peter Yan, the former bantamweight champion, number 2 in the division, versus Merab Dvalishvili, who's the number 3 guy in the division. A man who took out there you go. You see me?
Yeah.
I got this right here now. Okay.
Absolutely.
Cool. Yeah. Dvalishvili, training partners to the bantamweight champ, Aljamain Sterling. Took out dudes like Marlon Moraes, beat Jose Aldo. This guy is insane with his pace. And Yan is a monster. So we'll see what happens there. Romanov, Alexander Volkov was a former champ from Bellator. He fights Alexander Romanov. Said Magomedov faces Jonathan Martinez. Vitor Petrino fights Anton Turkali. There you go. Anton Turkali at light heavyweight. And Ricardo Ramos fights Austin Lingo. That's a banger at 145. And Nikita Krylov is going to fight Ryan Spann in the opener of this card, which is crazy because they were supposed to fight last weekend. But Nikita got sick, so this weekend they're going to fight. But they're not the headliner, which sucks, but it is what it is.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, it sounds like it's plenty coming up to look forward to, which is always good. That's plenty of content for us to put out for you guys. I'm probably going to start doing some Raw stuff because I got a lot of work to do for Progrer. So, and once I commit to something, I do it. So I'm gonna try and kind of trek through some of these episodes of Raw the next couple of weeks and SmackDown, and hopefully we catch something fire. I mean, NXT is always watchable. You know what I mean? For the most part, it's always something I want to watch. SmackDown has a few things. Raw, bro, y'all got to get it together, man. Y'all down Matt Riddle. Y'all down Corbin. You know what I mean? Cena is not barely there. You barely got y'all need to get it together. I need to see something from these wrestlers. All these people that's talking about, oh, well, y'all need to get with the new generation. Okay, I want to get with the new generation, but y'all got to give me something to watch. Y'all on prime time. There's no football going on right now. Y'all have absolutely no excuse going into WrestleMania season out like 4.5 weeks out now. And I mean, what are we seeing? No Hall of Fame really officially. We don't know who the Hall of Fame is. Y'all going to slap everybody together at the last minute? How about ticket sales? I'm going to need people to start thinking like business people. WWE, this is a multi-billion-dollar corporation. Y'all want to renew that deal with Saudi, even though y'all got it for 10 years. Y'all want to still renew different additions to add on. You want these wrestlers to be able to get bonuses. You want with Fox and NBC Universal, you want them to renew you at the price that you want. You want to be able to ultimately sell for big money. You want Saudi to be the only person bidding on you. That reduces some of the things you can do, specifically with your women's division. So I need y'all to start getting it together with this thinking. Y'all want us to respect y'all. How about you start acting like you deserve respect? I need to see something. Triple H, this your last straw, dude. I'm already pretty much up here with it. But this is your last straw with a lot of people. A lot of people are finally starting to see what I'm talking about because I've had private conversations with people. They're starting to see through Triple H, bro, you need to get this together, man. Y'all got the king and the queen of the ring coming up in May 27th in Saudi Arabia. Y'all got to crown some good people for that. Don't nobody want to see what's this guy's name? Mansoor. It can't be these unknown people. That's the long ball. You develop them down the line, and then they could be some stars. You need some people to break out and really get a step. Maybe, Cross need to break out or LA Knight. Somebody. You need somebody to really stand out because the UAE, with all their flaws, they know what star power look like. They getting Goldberg out of retirement. Yep. They want Undertaker. They want the big name. They don't want these people. And with this King and Queen of the Ring thing coming up, last year was an experiment. Zelina did a good job what she did. Woods, it was what it was. I wasn't really impressed by it, but it was what it was. Zelina, to her credit, and which is why she's getting all these outside deals. She's going to probably be another Mandy Rose, but she don't even need WWE. She's got this deal coming up with Street Fighter. Street Fighter drops June 6th. She's heavily featured in that game. Big ups to Thea Trinidad. We actually pretty good friends. I know her pretty decent. But it's just, I'm happy for her because she's doing business the way it's supposed to be done. These wrestlers pretty soon are going to start to see, okay, if you don't utilize my character properly, I'm gone. Which gets us to our first news piece. Come January 2024, this guy that's the AEW World Champion right now, who's their only really good talent, named MJF, he's a free agent. And last I heard, he talked to somebody in WWE that he's coming next year. So AEW, y'all need to step it up real quick because guess who's going to follow probably behind him? A guy named Miro. He's out of there once his contract is up. He got a little more. I think he's got to 2026. But y'all need to start incentivizing these wrestlers to stay there. It is your video game is falling through. You know what I mean? A lot of the talents are starting to get impatient. You're going to probably lose Ricky Starks and probably Team Taz too. You think Taz is a very intelligent man. He wanted to help y'all out with all this stuff. He rode the waves a little bit because he didn't want to get no heat because he want Hook to be a star, which I can respect that. But you don't think if Taz get an offer from WWE, which is his original home, he not gonna go back to WWE? He not gonna take Hook with him? You got to be out of your damn mind. Taz is a very smart businessman. So if y'all don't want to lose Hook and Taz and Ricky Starks and MJF, and if you lose Jade Cargill, your women's division is cooked because y'all women's division is sputtering since it started in 2019. It's so much drama. The biggest thing was with Thunder Rosa and Ivelisse. And then since then, y'all haven't really been able to find any traction. Y'all TBS champion is Jade Cargill. What sense does that make? You take a woman that was in a match with Shaquille O'Neal and put her on a TV with less eyeballs? What logical sense, what financial sense does that make?
Yeah.
Let's talk business, man. Boy stuff. Y'all need to start talking business.
Yeah.
So I'm happy for MJF. Get the hell out of AEW. It was a good breeding ground and getting yourself established. Nobody expected him. They want to call him Miz Light. He's proven that he can stand up. All he got to do is stop saying this devil stuff because that's not very marketable. He can say it now in AEW. When you go to WWE, he's going to have to come up with something more clever than the devil's favorite son. It's just you can't use that name in the corp. Why do you think they dropped Killer from Killer Cross name? Because he wants to sell T-shirts and stuff. That's not marketable, so they changed his name to Karrion Cross.
Yep.
So I'm really happy for MJF and that he's waking up because he's not like Moose, where Moose wants to starve and Impact for whatever reason. Dude used to be in the NFL Why in the world would you settle with a company like Impact? And I wish Impact Wrestling the best ever, but they're their own problem at this point. Me and several other people have given them solutions that they, for whatever reason, they refuse to take. I don't understand what it is. Anthem Sports at this point probably views them as a tax write-off because they're not putting them in bigger buildings. It's basically a tax write-off for them. They're not trying to expect. They barely want to leave Canada. They was in Nashville for a while, but they hop between Canada. And I'm pretty sure a lot of it has to do with taxes and all that type of stuff. So that's how I know it's a business move because I know what to look for. So I want these people to do well, but they're not giving me anything to work with right now. I want to see something. So MJF, very smart man. I would encourage a lot of other people. Once your contract is up, get up out of there because AEW is a video game to Tony Khan. He does not take that company serious. He has no incentive to want to appeal to casual viewers. So he's a joke of a promoter. He's not Vince McMahon. Henry says Jay White to WWE. With Triple H, likely, yeah, he'll be there eventually. My thing is, I don't see what he does because the Bullet Club, unless you're going to bring the Bullet Club to WWE, Jay White's not known for much outside of that. He's all right. I mean, he's got marketable sound and finisher moves and all that type of stuff, the switchblade and all. He's all right. But unless you're going to bring the Bullet Club over and cause some type of feud with maybe either Balor, AJ Styles is hurt right now, but with Balor, I don't see much why it's even worth doing. You know, if what they would smart to do, what they would be smart to do right now is if they brought Jay White over and he brings Evil and all those guys with him and they start like an invasion. If you want this to be serious, how the Bullet Club right away come start issues with the Bloodline and Judgment Day. Make it a few. And guess what? Now you got time because it's March now. You got 7 or 8 months before Survivor Series. Now you got something to work with at Survivor Series. Survivor Series is an IP that WWE has significantly undervalued for so long, and I don't understand the logic behind it. You're supposed to be trying to steal some of that football. That's still like fresh. That's like the first 4 or 5 weeks of the NFL. So you should be trying to get some of those NFL fans to watch your show. That's what competitive TV people do. But clearly, the management of WWE is not thinking of that right now. So this is that's the only way I want to see Jay White come over here. Now Harry also says LA Knight needs to another good storyline. They need to just let LA Knight do LA Knight. But I agree. Any storyline he's going to make good. He made a storyline with the Fiend good. Something that Brock Lesnar was like, kiss my ass with that. I'm not working with this fucking clown. So, like, that shows you the talent that LA Knight has. That he got that goofy pitch black match over. Even though he lost, he still got the match over. They forgot that the Uncle Howdy took a tumble at the end of the feud and botched the hell out of it at the Royal Rumble. So LA Knight, that shows you what a true star does. They make you forget about stuff like that. So good. Yeah, big ups to MJF. I hope he does well. He's running out of legitimate competition. I mean, unless he works with Sting, which I don't recall him working with Sting in a major program, that's probably the last big name he can go against at this point. He's fought basically everybody else. It's time for this man to move on. Thank God he's only got about 9 months left in AEW.
He's going up against Bryan Danielson tomorrow on Revolution. The pay-per-view.
Okay, that'll be something.
So yeah, we'll see what happens there.
At least that's the guy that got WWE experience. Yeah, the lifestyle match was definitely bad. It was really bad. Moving on to somebody, Kofi Kingston got a stinger this week. He got hurt on SmackDown yesterday. I think they said it was his arm. Let me double check. Kofi's got an injury right now, so I'm hoping Kofi, bounce back. I don't care for the New Day act, but of course I don't want him to be hurt.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he got fell. Drew fell on him. Yeah, I see. Yeah,
and Meltzer reported. Meltzer reported FW Online. And he basically was saying Kofi Kingston has suffered an injury. Meltzer reported Kofi has suffered a leg injury, though further details aren't clear. And JoJo just cleared up where he said McIntyre fell on top of him. And this happened in a brawl with McIntyre, Sheamus, and guys in that group. So
that shit was ugly. I seen it once he fell on him. The shit was ugly because Mac went. They rumbled. They rumbled outside.
Yeah.
Drew went for the dive. He usually does that flip dive.
Yeah.
But he did it, and I think he didn't jump with like the full extension to fly over the post.
Yeah.
So he just flew, and it just like went directly
down. His weight came down on him.
So everybody else kind of cleared, but Kofi, he fell directly on Kofi.
Right.
So he got fucked up, and you see Woods looking like, oh shit, is he all right?
Sir.
Yeah.
Well, at this point, see what Kofi and the New Day need to start doing because they starting to get plagued with injuries. They seem like every other year one of them is hurt. Woods was hurt for a while. E is on a possibly career-ending injury. He's still recovering as we speak, well over 6 months. So he still got that issue. And they what y'all have to understand is when you become a draw like the New Day is, you take less risky bumps. You don't do spots like that on SmackDown, especially with a 265-pound Drew McIntyre. You have to be a lot more mindful when you're doing spots like that. And unfortunately, Kofi Kingston found out the hard way tonight. And they were just starting to get some momentum with the NXT thing and all that. So now Woods might be a single. WWE, God is talking to y'all right now. I've been saying for a long time, you need to find a reason to turn one of the New Day members heel. At this point, Austin Creed probably should turn heel and have him go to like this cocky Consequences Creed character, similar to Apollo Creed. Especially with Creed in theaters now, why not do that? That'll be the perfect time to say, I'm sick of these bums holding me back. Kofi and Big E is hurt. It's my time now. I've been held back way too long. Now, this will be the perfect time to turn him heel.
Yeah.
Even though I would prefer for him to be a babyface with that Creed character, but if Miro's not there, let him be a heel. Because it is a ready-made storyline, especially for the summer months, with all this stuff going on with Russia, to bring Miro back to WWE in a perfect world. It won't be able to because contract, obviously. But in a perfect world, Miro versus Consequences Creed will be the perfect summer storyline. But, that's hypothetical at this point because of contract reasons. John Cena is continuing to get that money, JoJo. He's about to be pay Rocksteady in the Ninja Turtles movie in August, man. Yeah. He's doing the voice. It's going to be animated, but he's going to do the voice for it. So big ups to John Cena. All I advise John Cena, please don't do that shitty, that Chinese throat chop. Or we're going to have to send you to that Triad restaurant Jason was talking about. But in all seriousness, big ups to John Cena. He's getting that bacon. As always, he's about to get that money. So I'm looking for, I might actually check that out because that game was, if it's like Shredder's Revenge, that game, that's going to be a badass movie because I like Bebop and Rocksteady. They were pretty cool on that game. So big ups to Cena for getting that move made like that. So
he should have turned heel in the King of the Ring.
Yeah, it would have made sense. Yeah, it would have made sense.
Should have.
Because to me, the King of the Ring should always be heels anyway. I never understood why they weren't. You know what I mean? That is designed for you. You can't call yourself the king and not be perceived as a heel. That makes absolutely no sense. Elsewhere, what's today? Saturday? Okay, so we covered SmackDown yesterday. Coming up, we gonna cover on Tuesday NXT. I think deadline or end of the line. That's coming up. Roadblock. I'm sorry. That's coming up on Tuesday. So we're gonna cover that.
Yeah.
Coming up soon. I don't know who this KM guy is, but he's been in the news a little bit. Former Impact wrestler Kevin Matthews was on.
Yeah, Kevin Matthews.
I'm not really familiar. Who is he? I'm not familiar with him.
KM, man. KM was in Impact Wrestling for quite a time.
He's in good shape. He looks
Was
good.
he linked up with the beautiful people? He kind of looked a little iffy. He was like a mid-card type guy.
Yeah.
He had skills, I think he was an MMA fighter at one point.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, he ended up doing wrestling.
Yeah.
He was good.
Yeah.
But like he had a lot to improve on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good for him. I mean, he was just on Renee Dupree podcast, which was the first time I heard about it. That was literally, when did I see that? Yesterday, day before, something like that. And then he was on SNL tonight. So good for him. I don't watch much SNL these days because it's just not interesting like it used to be. But good for him for getting some money. I mean, he looks like he's in good shape. He looks like Jesse Sorensen a little bit. That guy that got hurt by Zema Ion.
He probably filled up then. Yeah, like what I mean, got himself toned.
Yeah. He looks good. So good for him. I mean, anybody that's gonna make them some money, I don't got no issue with that. I think that's about all for the news. I mean, anything else that comes up that's newsworthy. Let me check WrestleZone real quick.
Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor got their show. They did their first show, I think it was Thursday on Honor Club. They did that. Yeah. They did the recording already, but the first episode dropped on Thursday. Yeah.
Who headlined that card?
Shit, I forgot who headlined that card.
Was it Cesaro? I know Cesaro.
I think it was Cesaro. Yeah, I think Cesaro had a match.
Oh shit, he went against AR Fox. I like AR.
Yeah, there you go. And he won. And then he got called out by the Mad King, man. What's our boy's name, man?
Brody King?
No. Kenny
King?
No. He has this nickname, the Mad King.
I know him. Let me see real quick.
Oh my God, how I forget this dude's name?
Let's see. I'll tell you in 2
Former
seconds.
LAX member, not Ortiz or Santana. How I forget this dude's name at this time?
You talking about the original
Eddie Kingston.
Eddie Kingston. Oh, okay.
Mad King.
Eddie Kingston. Gotcha. Okay.
He calls himself the Mad King. Eddie King.
Okay.
There you go. See it there.
The
Mad
okay,
King.
cool.
That's always remember his nickname. I'm like, what? And then I was like, yo, we just mentioned Kofi. I was like, yeah, Eddie Kingston came out because Eddie Kingston said he left AEW, he quit AEW, shows up here at ROH. Yeah, he's gonna wrestle. So that's what we got.
So basically, they trying to make an internal feud like WCW and WWE. That's
something like that. They're gonna make some of those AEW guys in the ROH joint. You kind of already see what's going on there. Yeah. So
hopefully they do well. If it picks up, I'll check it out. Other than that, if it's just gonna be another Rampage or something, I don't have time to watch it. You know what I mean? But if it, I like Eddie Kingston. I like AR Fox. I'm quite damn surprised AR Fox never had a run in WWE. I don't know if it's because he didn't want to. Maybe that was the case. But if it was WWE, shame on y'all because he would have been a hell of an addition to the Cruiserweight division.
Yeah, I'm surprised myself. Yeah. I'm surprised myself considering he wrestled for Evolve during the time where WWE was hunting wrestlers over there. You know what I mean?
When Dave
hands in there. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Good for them. I mean, like I said, if it do well, we'll cover it. If not, I mean, it's gonna be what it is. But good for them. I don't know how this honor club stuff and all this gonna work or whatever. Y'all goal is to keep developing talent because this just needs to be a developmental system or at least like a recovery system for injured wrestlers for AEW. That's what it primarily needs to be. It's not gonna ever be AEW because it don't have the look for it. It's more of a developmental look. So it is what it is. They don't need multiple shows. They're having a hard enough time getting people to watch goddamn Rampage. So just use it right now as kind of a feeder system. That's what it needs.
I'll tell you this much. The ROH show looks a lot better than the Rampage show. Considering how Rampage is, it looks a lot better. Which now, when I'm looking at ROH, though, I'm still wondering. ROH is still managing to have a bigger crowd than Impact Wrestling does. Yeah. Impact Wrestling really got to step his shit up. Like, come on, man. Like, yo, I'm really getting frustrated. I keep looking at the crowd every time I watch the show, and I'm like, yo, what are y'all doing, man? Then I see the talents come out. You know, every time we talk about Moose, I see a Trey Miguel come out. I see fucking Crazy Steve. I see Taya Valkyrie come out with Rosemary and them, and I'm like, these people deserve bigger crowds, bro. What are we doing here, man?
I honestly, unfortunately, don't think it's going to change JoJo until they get new management. The problem is the management. Man. They need new management.
For real. You got MLW doing bigger crowds than you guys. Come on, son.
See, the thing that MLW have, I don't like that they got all those belts, but they big storylines actually matter. The stuff they did with Contra. Jacob Fatu is always doing something. The big shit actually matter. They had Enzo come through there a couple times. They actually have star power. That's what the thing is. Like, Impact needs to stop thinking they're this big company. Bro, y'all are a feeder system for other companies. That's essentially what y'all are. You have to stop thinking you're anything else. Until you get a budget and a larger crowd, you're going to be a developmental company that some company just keep giving y'all money. Like I said, it's obviously must be a tax write-off. Because I don't see why Anthem Sports would just keep pumping money into this dead corpse called Impact. By the way, JoJo's being very humble. His church donated a lot of the chairs and stuff to Impact Wrestling. He ain't gonna tell y'all that, but his church put that stuff over there. Big ups to JoJo's church in the Bronx, man, local town.
Oh, Henry. They do the taping separately from the AEW shows, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah,
because when I first heard they had they did the tapings, people were there live. Yeah. So the arena is a different space. And yeah, man, they do the shows totally different because when Zack Sabre Jr. showed up, I was kind of shocked. I said, "What the hell?" They had Zack Sabre Jr. show up. He defended his TV title against Blake Christian. Probably one of the most fire matches on the show, honest to God, on the ROH show this week. That shit was really good. That dude, I'm still wondering why WWE didn't sign him. But then again, it was still the whole thing, him in New Japan, and he still want to do the UK thing. So, but yeah, man. Separate recordings, but good show, man. Good show. I look forward to seeing more from ROH. See what they do in the long run and how their women's division is gonna be, because they blocked a lot of the wrestlers. Well, AEW, and they got since they signed a bunch of the ROH wrestlers, still they're trying to limit their participation in other organizations, other indie organizations, to have them do the recordings for the ROH shows and shit like that. So
yeah,
we'll see how that goes. But yeah, man.
While JoJo was doing that, I was looking at WrestleMania 39 just to see how many tickets they sold, because we were about 4 weeks out. A lot of these sites are alleging that it was sold out, but all this stuff is from August. So this was under the auspice that The Rock was going to be there. So, I mean, WWE, man, I think y'all going to have a hard time selling the last couple tickets without significantly reducing the price, because I don't see too many people bending over backwards going, because California is an expensive market, dude. Yeah, y'all have to have a lot of marquee matches. And a lot of this stuff, even with Lesnar and Lashley, was thrown together at the last minute. Bobby Lashley was like, I ain't with all this hocus pocus shit. I'm going to punch you in the mouth. That's what saved this storyline, honestly. Because I just want to see Bobby Lashley go out there and destroy this and take Bray Wyatt off TV. And Bray Wyatt, go your ass home and reevaluate this storyline. Because Uncle Howdy, this shit ain't working, dude. Brock Lesnar almost going to be what it's going to be. It's going to be a quick 6-7 minute match. Brock Lesnar probably going to plow the shit out of him. It's going to be what it's going to be. I'm at this point, the only match I'm really looking forward to, hopefully Mysterio goes against Karrion Kross. In some type of way, we either get John Cena or Stone Cold to show up. If Austin can work with either Austin Theory or Stone Cold can work with, if Cena can work with Theory or Austin can work with Austin Theory, I'm good with both of those options. Right. Other than that, everything at this point going to be what it's going to be. I'm looking forward to SummerSlam. I'm looking down the line because it's 4 hours from my house to Detroit, and 9 out of 10 times I'm going. I'm probably going with Jason, and we're going to film some hilarious shit while we up in Detroit. So that's what I'm looking forward to at this point with wrestling. We're going to go ahead and cut it at this point, y'all, because I got to get up for work in a few hours. However, we will be back tomorrow night to cover Raw. Yeah, I'm going to suck it up, and because I got a lot of obligations with Progress now, and plus they give JoJo the opportunity, if there's any other MMA news that pop up, we'll do that. And then we'll probably do, if NXT is really good, we'll do a Tuesday show, and then we'll take a break again until probably another UFC come up, because UFC show come up. So, yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be home, at a decent hour. Before 5 o'clock, I'll be home. So, yeah, we'll be back tomorrow, same old time. Y'all can catch us about 7:30, because I'm off, what's tomorrow, Sunday? I'm off. No, actually, we won't be back tomorrow. We'll be back on Monday. I forgot today's Saturday. Yeah. We'll be back Monday. Tomorrow's Sunday. That's right. We'll be back Monday or whatever. I'm off Monday, so we'll be back Monday night, 7:30. We're going to go ahead and take a break tomorrow. Unless something, breaking news pop up or something like that, we're going to take a break to Monday night. But it was great having y'all, as always. BX Connect, it's always nice having them here. Jason wasn't here tonight, but we had plenty of Jason yesterday. He probably somewhere balled up, crying, licking his wounds. Looking like he's on no love or something.
He's going to be mad as hell, yo.
Yeah. He gonna be.
I know how John Jones came out here and beat this guy.
He gonna be hot when he come back on the show Monday or whatever. He definitely gonna be hot.
Yeah, I'm gonna make fun of him for sure.
We're gonna have to rub it in his face. He went to sleep early. But before we get out of here, I got to give a shout out to somebody actually consider subscribing. It's Controversial I Am Progress, man. We got to give these people a shout out, man. They hit me up, good offer. It looked nice to me. And anybody else that want to hit me up, any other energy drinks, Monster, Red Bull. I drink Red Bull a hell of a lot anyway, especially when I need it. When I have to wake up early, I'll drink it. So if y'all want to hit me up, do it. But for right now, man, Progress, they got some cool stuff. This started as an emote from Twitch streamer. So I actually, an artist made it. I forgot his name, but when I look him up, I'll let you know. I had it earlier. An artist made this emote, and it's just an emote for excitement. They got some cool stuff, shakers, mixers. I'm more into energy like liquid drinks, but they got some good powders. I heard they got an orange one that just came out, a blueberry one that's pretty good. They got a cream one that sells well. So if y'all use my code, this official code that they made for me, Prodigy Poggers. I try to make it easy. It's alliteration PP. Prodigy Poggers, you get 10% off. And let me know what you think of it. And I'll let you know I'm gonna drink one soon. I like orange, so I'm gonna check the orange one. I heard the cream was pretty good too. And I need this type of stuff for recovery when I come back from the gym, because I'm back in the gym heavy now. I don't know if y'all looking at my arms, but I haven't lost much definition since I was injured. I was still doing push-ups and stuff like that, so I'm still pretty much kept my muscle pretty good. But yeah, man, let me know what y'all think. Once again, Prodigy Progress. Shout out to Progress for the opportunity. I appreciate it, man. We're gonna put some work in, go hard in the paint. And I think y'all gonna be greatly appreciated because we bring in new people all the time. My YouTube analytics up like 3,000-4,000%. I got 10,000 followers on Twitter. Yes, haters. Y'all see what y'all want to see. I don't take Twitter that seriously because I already accept the fact that y'all control it. But I got 10,000 subscribers on Twitch. Don't believe me? Go look yourself. That's what I do. The real people follow me. So yeah, go check out that Progress, man. Let me know what y'all think of that drink. Go get y'all some stuff, man. And I'll see y'all pretty soon. I'm gonna have a review probably midway this week. I'm gonna order like a bulk of it, and then I'll let y'all know what I think of it. In the meantime, as always, thank you, Stun Man. I hope everybody enjoyed the UFC fight and all the festivities that came with that. Stay warm. If y'all in the Midwest, the weather's weird right now. So, man, it's getting closer to spring, though, man. But, yeah, have a good night, everybody, and I'll talk to y'all on Monday. All right, son, man. Appreciate you as always, man. Get you some rest, get you some sleep, or whatever. Jason, man, it's going to be okay. I'll hug you later on. It's going to be okay, son. All right, I'll talk to you later, son.
All right, man. Good night, y'all. Peace out, 900.
Yep. Thank you,
Marissa.
Marissa, everybody else that popped in.
Yep.
Hope's Corner, too, man. I'll talk to y'all.